Καινούργια weekly challenges για την τέταρτη εβδομάδα του Σεπτέμβρη. Θα ξεκινήσουμε με το πέμπτο και αυτή τη φορά είναι 10 γύρι. Θα χρησιμοποιήσω μια RUF CTR3 του 2007. Να δούμε και τις ρυθμίσεις στα medium ελαστικά. Κομμένη στους 530 ύπους για να μπορέσει να τρέξει σε αυτόν τον αγώνα. World Touring Car 700 είναι το limit, γι' αυτό είναι και κομμένη. 10 χορταστικοί γύροι, μαζί μου φυσικά και ο GT Race Engineer.
Grid position locked at 20th out of 20.
Έχω ανεβάσει πολύ την εξοικονόμηση ενέργειας. Να δούμε. Φαντάζομαι ότι θα καίει πολύ αυτό το εργαλείο. Θα το δούμε στην πορεία όμως και αναλόγως θα πράξουμε. Τι ωραία που είναι να οδηγάς μια Porsche.
You've gained ground, currently in 18th place. Your fuel tank shows 90%. Secured 16th position.
Αυτός είναι παλαβός κι άλλος.
Your fuel tank shows 80%. Secure 13th position. Our previous lap was at 2 minutes 3.8 seconds. You are now starting lap 2 with 9 laps to go. You're holding steady at 13th. Additionally, fuel is estimated to last for under 4 additional laps. Not enough to finish the race in one go. Now up to 12th place. You're sitting at 70% fuel.
Ωραία προσπέραση.
You're now running in 10th. Your fuel tank shows 60%. Last lap clocked at 2 minutes 2.3 seconds. Congrats. You have beaten your best lap.
Προσπαθώ.
You're currently on lap 3 with 8 laps to go. Next, you've gained ground, currently in 9th place. The fuel tank shows 50%. We project under 2 laps left with the current fuel usage. You've gained ground, currently in 8th place. You've moved up to 7th place. You've moved up to 6th place. Now up to 5th place. Still estimating under 2 laps with current fuel. The 4th place is yours. Top 3 now. Fuel projection seems steady at 1.5 to 2 laps. Lap closed at time was 2 minutes 2.9 seconds. You are running 686 milliseconds off your personal best. Let's bridge the gap. Now starting lap 4, 7 laps to go. Next, you're still in 3rd place. You are sitting at 30% fuel. D2 almost there. Should cover less than a single more lap. We are low on fuel, plan your strategy. 20%.
Λοιπόν, λέω να μπω στα πιτ τώρα, να βάλω μόνο βενζίνη.
Fuel projection seems steady at less than a single lap.
Δεν αλλάζουμε ελαστικά. Φουλάρουμε και φύγαμε.
18 spots. Still 6 laps to go. Stay focused. Your pace is on an average of 2 minutes 3 seconds flat per lap. You are now starting lap 5 with 6 laps to go. Next, you still remain in second. You are sitting at 27% fuel. Your fuel tank shows 36%. Now in 3rd position. Fuel is topped off. You're good to go. Clip to 5th place.
Τελικά με χτύπησε, έτσι.
Fuel estimated to last for under 4 additional laps. Fuel model suggests a stop is proper. Now up to 4th place. The fuel tank shows 90%.
Σίγουρα θα κάνουμε άλλο ένα pit stop. Δεν το γλιτώνουμε.
Third place, keep pushing. Projection seems steady under 5 laps. Current consumption puts you on the edge monitor closely. Your fuel tank shows 80%. Now starting lap 6, with 5 laps to go. Next you still remain in 3rd. You're in P2, keep the pressure on. Now leading the race, P1.
Και πρέπει να πάρουμε αρκετή διαφορά.
You're currently at 70% fuel.
Οπότε όταν ξαναβούμε στα pit να έχουμε και τον κατάλληλο χρόνο.
Your fuel tank shows 60%. Last lap clocked at 2 minutes 3 seconds flat. Heads up 725 milliseconds off your personal best. Let's bridge the gap. Progress update lap 7 with 4 laps remaining. Next you're holding steady at 1st. Current fuel should cover under 2 more laps. Pit stop is likely needed before the finish. Sitting at 50% fuel. Still on track for under 2 more laps with current fuel usage. You're sitting at 40% fuel.
Λοιπόν, θα το κάνω τώρα. Θα μπω στα beat, θα αλλάξω ελαστικά, θα βάλω και καύσιμα. Ωραία. Πάμε με medium, συνεχίζουμε.
Well done. You're up 19 places. Only 3 laps remaining. Final push. Your average lap time is around 2 minutes 5.1 seconds. You are now starting lap 8 with 3 laps to go. Plus you're holding steady at first. You're almost topped up, sitting at 90% fuel.
Πάνω στην ώρα που πέρναγε ο δεύτερος, φυσικά είναι τώρα. Έτσι κι αλλιώς όμως θα είχα αρκετό χρόνο για να τον περάσω. Έχουμε καινούργια ελαστικά, έχουμε full κάψιμα. Τίποτα δεν μας σταματά από το να πάρουμε την πρώτη θέση, εκτός αν συμβεί κάτι τραγικό, που μόνο εγώ μπορώ να το κάνω αυτό.
Our estimations say your fuel will last less than 4.5 more laps. Fuel calculations show safe margins. You're sitting at 80% fuel. On lap 9, with 2 to go, stay sharp, and you're steady at first. You're currently at 70% fuel. Fuel tank shows 60%.
Ωραία, μπήκα στη στροφή, μπράβο μου.
Sitting at 50% fuel. Your time was 2 minutes 1.4 seconds. Nice one, you fastest lap on the board. You are now starting lap 10. With this as your final lap, make it count. Next, just a reminder, you're still first. We estimate you have fuel for under 2 more laps.
Βγήκαν και οι μπλες σημαίες. Θα ρίξουμε και γύρω τώρα με απ' όλα σε αυτόν.
Fuel. Fuel projection seems steady at 1.5 to 2 laps.
Είπα και εγώ θα χάσω καμιά ταχύτητα σήμερα. Περίεργο.
Projection seems steady under 2 laps.
Πάμε για τερματισμό.
Your fuel tank shows 30%. You advanced 19 positions and finished on the podium. Great job.
Από τους λίγους αγώνες που έχω μπει στα πιτ 2 φορές, αλλά ήταν ωραία. Ωραίος αγώνας, εύκολος για 10 γύρους, ακολουθεί το replay.